everybody, welcome back to my channel. Really excited to share this video with you about our trip to Cabo, San Lucas. What? Oh. You guys, we did this take your family to work trip with Kofi to Los Cabos, Mexico. He owns his own real estate company, Society Real Estate and Development. So we had the kids on distance learning anyway. We decided we would take advantage of the opportunity to go with him and check out the amazing real estate in Mexico and relax and unwind a little bit. I've been so tired as it is, just with so many things on my plate. I just finished planning and executing Lincoln's virtual birthday party. I have been doing training courses on social justice and equity and empowerment. I've been homeschooling the kids, teaching them French, and having fun with our science collaborative. That's been exciting, but keeping me busy. Also, I am back to coaching my daughter's club soccer team and making a bunch of different media appearances right now, just with the election and everything. So we decided to board our dog Scotch for the very first time, and shout out to Rover in Culver City. They took really great care of him. I was really nervous, but he enjoyed himself.
Again, I want you all just to relax for a gym, because I was thinking about your need if you want to go in an amazing gym down here.
So we stayed at a beautiful resort site called Quivira. It's a huge property, but we were really guests of the Old Lighthouse Club, which is the development group for that site.
So that Pacifica right there, that's adults only. Where you see to the right there, Kofi. Yep. They go for they sell 100,000 a week. Wow.
How was it, Lincoln? I know everyone is really concerned about COVID travel safety right now, as are we. Remember, I was a public health professor at some pretty elite universities in Southern California for almost a decade, so I take it really seriously. This property did a great job. They had sanitation chambers for everyone coming onto the property. They fully disinfected our luggage before bringing it to our villa, so they were really on top of it.
If you want to go to your right.
We were so lucky. We had absolutely gorgeous accommodations for our stay. So we stayed in this beautiful villa that was a 5-bedroom villa that had its own casita. I think it was just amazing. I'm so glad that I got some footage to put in here for you guys. I realized I didn't even go upstairs and get any footage of any of the guest rooms where the kids stayed or anything, but you can just get a sense of the scale, because I think it was over 5,000 square feet. Just absolutely stunning property. And what I really loved about it too was that it just felt so beautiful and authentic. I just love the colors and the style and the history that comes across in Mexican design and architecture.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, look at that. This is all
Just fire pit,
Oops.
jacuzzi, pools, and even
This outdoor area is just spectacular. This is amazing. Incredible. Best master ever.
yeah.
Kind of 360 it.
y'all gonna have fun. This is my favorite spot.
Completely gorgeous property, but the standout piece was just this backyard. The pool, the hot tub, the wading pool, the fire pit. Everything about it was phenomenal. As always, my very first thing that I love to do is unpack. You guys know already, I always pack in a color scheme. So I got my closet set up. They brought us some beautiful snacks and treats for us to enjoy. The service was just exceptional. I also want to shout out just the service, and the way everything was handled was lovely. Woohoo!
Viva Mexico!
Viva Mexico!
First swim.
So after that first swim, we showered up and we got ready to go to a lovely dinner that was hosted for us by Brian Werga from the Old Lighthouse Club. And we had a chance to just connect and talk about some of the vision for the project. Brian is a long-term friend. I think we met he and his wife, Kimmy, maybe 7 years ago at a different project. And he and Kofi have been able to kind of stay in touch and try to work together over many years. The food was absolutely fantastic. I will say I had carrot cake for dessert. Best carrot cake I think I've ever had. The next morning, Kofi went on his own to go look at a couple of different sites, and I took advantage of the opportunity to go check out the spa. I used childcare services, and I had a massage, and I had a facial, and just a little bit of time to decompress. So yeah, you can tell how great my skin is glowing underneath the glasses and the mask. Almost immediately after my spa appointment, I had to hurry up and turn it around and get ready to go on this great dinner cruise. So this was really, really a beautiful time. The staff, the crew was just so friendly and beautiful and warm and loving. The evening was beautiful. We got to see the famous arches. We got to learn a little bit about history. But most importantly, we got to have this beautiful view of the sunset just listening to Andrea Bocelli. And I actually was moved to tears by the magnitude of the beauty. And I'm not really a crier, you guys.
Here about Jacques Cousteau is one of the divers. He dived under the water about 80 feet down. And he finds the only sands fall of Baja. Instead of waterfall, it's sands falling down all year around.
After the cruise, Kofi and I just had a glass of wine by the fire pit and just reviewed what he had seen in the development market and, you know, just connected, bonded, talked about our goals. The next day was really the peak of the Take Your Family to Work trip because we went and actually toured development sites with Kofi and another property that's already constructed. The development site is just gorgeous, oceanfront. They've got this beautiful golf course that they're developing. It was really nice for us to be able to take a look, and also just as his wife, for me to be able to see the projects that he's working on to kind of help him as he's vetting out ideas and marketing strategies. It's nice to be able to be there so that I can have you know, a more relevant perspective when I'm giving him some support on his ideas. So yeah, and of course, when the properties are this beautiful, it's easy. We also went to another property that's called Casa. This is an amazing compound. Basically, you can sleep, I think, 77 people or something like that. There's like 45 bedrooms at this property. It was absolutely stunning. It's also really cool to be able to take the kids so they can see what their dad's doing and appreciate the effort that he's making, get some greater exposure. They really enjoyed themselves because they got to have a Sprite. They only drink Sprite like 2 or 3 times a year. So this is the equivalent of a champagne tour for them.
Maybe you have to see this angle.
Yeah, no. Go down there where you can see that water breaking.
Wow. Amazing.
Also, I
This property is just so awe-inspiring. Now, Kofi had already gone on a formal tour and learned all of the information about the property. We went on kind of a little bit of a quicker glance to take a look and see, but it was stunning. And I think the original property was actually, originally in that old Spanish style, and then they developed the lower part of the house, which is newer, but they were consistent with the style, so you didn't lose anything.
And then at night, this is also a fire feature. So this is the master suite. This is your living area, the master suite. Explosive views. Accordion doors, everything opens up completely. Both sides.
Think I can make it work? That's amazing.
You have your own wine cellar in the master.
And that's also critical if you have children anyway.
Transition into the sleeping quarters.
Wow.
I should really make it. Because every Minecraft world you make, takes away from the game.
Okay, so my main takeaway was that this property is Mexican real estate. Goals, you guys, goals. Hashtag goals. After the tour, we had enough time for a quick swim, and then we turned it around and got ready for dinner. We went to Nixon in downtown Los Cabos. It is a restaurant that's owned by a friend of Mr. Borga, so it was delicious, and we got VIP treatment. So I am just making breakfast over here in this lovely kitchen. Just making some bacon. And then I'm gonna do some eggs and got some nice ripe avocados. I've got coffee going over here for the morning. So yeah, we have had breakfast at the golf club a couple times, but this morning I'm just gonna make breakfast here at home.
It's really nice because there's this beautiful view that I'm looking at from the kitchen. And it's funny because Kofi says, oh, do you want me to pull back the disappearing wall? But just as he was about to do it, there was like a huge moth or butterfly that came up. So the kids are kind of freaked out. So I have it closed, but it is beautiful and awe-inspiring, and it gives a really nice cross breeze. All right, so although I am making breakfast, we did have this green juice sent over from the golf club because it is amazing. So that is going to be an amazing start to the morning for me, besides my coffee, of course.
After breakfast, we did go into town to try to find a souvenir for the kids. I love to take my kids off the resort when we do travel to different countries and different places. Obviously, trying to be COVID safe is really important during this time, but there were so few people out there. My heart actually just goes out to the communities because I don't really know how they're going to fare with such low tourism during this time. Oh my God, you guys, I promise no lizards were harmed in the taking of this photograph. I just think it's so funny because, kids will be afraid of the weirdest things, but then not afraid of different things. So I couldn't believe how brave Lincoln was when it comes to this, but literally was afraid of some bug that we had seen, in the property. Our very last night we spent in, we just ordered in and had room service. And then afterwards we made s'mores out by the fire pit. And it was just the perfect way to end the evening and spend our last night in Cabo. So I just got out of the shower and got dressed. I'm about to put on my makeup, and this is kind of the end of our trip. It's been so fun. Thanks for coming along on the ride. Can't wait till my next vacation already. We made a really quick pit stop on our way to the airport to just grab a bite to eat so that we wouldn't be too hungry on the plane. We stopped, we had some avocado toast and acai bowls, which is perfect for warm weather. It was already getting hot, even though it was kind of late morning. As you can imagine, food was delicious, so we chowed down really quick and then headed off to catch our flight. It's always hard to say goodbye when you're traveling and you've been enjoying yourself in such a beautiful and fun place, but I am really excited because I can see that Kofi's business is expanding in this direction, and I'm sure that we will be back sooner than we think.